Hello everybody and welcome back. It is Jeff again coming to you from the Minecraft vanilla server, and in the last episode we left off with my complete and utter destruction and death happening way out in nowhere land. But we're gonna see if it's possible to get my stuff back. Now, I watched my old video back and I took so many random twists and turns and turned around and so many different times that I don't think this is possible. But I gotta give it my due diligence and try and see if I can possibly make it back to where that stuff is. The chunk should not be loaded, so I should have a solid approximately 5 minutes once I get in this area to run and hope. And I don't know if this is going to happen whatsoever, but I'm sure as hell going to try. And yeah, that's really what's going to happen. So, Mother's Day was this past weekend that just went by. And during Mother's Day, I was in France still. Now, I'm, big on Mother's Day, making sure I call my mom, let her know I love her, blah, 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 all that fun stuff. Her birthday's also very close around Mother's Day. Today's actually my mom's birthday, so happy birthday, Mom. It's real close to Mother's Day, so it's easy to keep track of when Mother's Day is for me, because I know that, when her birthday's coming up, it's Mother's Day's coming up as well, so I can keep that in mind. However, it doesn't always make things easy to, ensure I, do the right things, get, a present or, a gift, or remember to call. I have forgotten to call a few times in the past just because I lose track of what dates it is. That's one thing I hate about dates with things is there's dates when you call somebody to wish them like happy birthday, happy Mother's Day, whatever, but there's also, you feel bad if you don't call them specifically on a date because you're like, oh no, I missed the birthday. Really, in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't matter. It's all the thought that counts. We should all know that. Now, I had to come up here. I believe I turned myself back around off of these stairs, though. Oh my god, I already can't remember what I did. I came down, circled this way. I remember looking at this for sure. There was like a little way that stepped down to one of these edges that I don't remember what it was. Oh, the mushrooms. Okay, these mushrooms are a good sign. Like I said, I watched the video back, and the mushrooms are a good sign. But like I said, I twisted around so many times. I went down there, but then I came back. So I think I might have actually gone this direction. There was a couple ways that I went down in the corner, though, and like dropped into a cubby hole somewhere. I need to keep in mind. This isn't gonna happen, is it? Oh, hopefully you guys can be watching this and be like, he's gonna make it, he's going the right way. That would be really nice, because I did not go that way. I mean, I did at one point, and then I turned back around and looped somewhere. Same with over here. I came all the way to all of these spots, I think. There's a lot of enemies over there. I wish there was like a marker in some of the the Feed the Beasts and stuff that they do that show you which way you're supposed to go, because that would help me out tremendously. The last death marker, but I'm sure that would take away a lot of the fun points of the game. I'm definitely on the right track, because I was in this mushroom room a few times. I might actually stop recording this video and kind of see where my final destination was after the mushroom room, but I have to log out in order to do that because of the fact that I think I just went down here that led me to nothing. Okay, I think I'm going to do that. We're going to try to see if I can find the way I twisted from the mushroom room, because I still have a little bit of time to do this, and I will. Let me get in that mushroom room. and I will be back with you guys momentarily. Okay, guys. This is gonna be hard. I've scavenged, found my way through some things just in the not scavenged. Gone through my old video, and okay, here we go. This is familiar. There's a skeleton down there. I somehow avoided that skeleton. I came down this direction. Need to get my sword back on hand. This is not the way that I went. I've already got myself lost again. And why am I still going? It's dark over there. That is not the way. That is not the way. I definitely had come this direction. I had made it back to these stairs there. Oh, and then I went this way. I went over here. And my phone is going off. And I started to go this way. Down here. Oh my god, here it is. No. Oh dear. Oh dear. Okay, I just watched this in my video. I went down this tunnel. The question is, where did I go from here? Hang tight. God, this is so much harder than This is so hard to get into this stuff, and I'm just... Even trying to watch a video of what I did to try to get myself back to where I was at is so difficult. But I think I went this way. Okay, I went this way. Came all the way up here. Up here is a dead end. And I turned around. I went up this way. Oh, here we are so close to actually where my demise was met. It was down here. Okay. We're getting close. Now is the time to find out if I'm going to be able... Because this is going to be the first spawner. There's the first spawner. The second spawner, if I recall, is just down here and around the corner. Obviously, it's on the lit up path because I followed a lit up path. I didn't watch the video far enough to see if it was actually down this direction. No! Okay. We are getting close, guys. And I'm excited, but scared all at the same time. And now I'm just aimlessly running and hoping. Shoot! I should have watched this closer. There's a flower. There's the flower. Here it is! Well, my stuff is definitely not still here. Well, some of my stuff is. I just got some of my stuff back, but most of it seems to be non-existent. I cannot believe I actually made it back here. Albeit it was not fast enough to make anything good out of this happen. Oh, I'm so sad. I did get some stuff back, though. I wonder exactly... Okay. Oh, and it was a dead end the whole time, too. Oh, this is the creeper explosion hole. Oh. Okay, what did I get back off of that guy? I got some of my armor, and I got Darby back. I don't have any of my other good swords, but I did get Darby back. So it's not all bad. Got a lot of wheat. Okay, either way, we got stuff back, and we got some more areas to explore here. What did I just get in these books? Feather Falling 4 and Unbreaking 3. Feather Falling 4, Unbreaking 3. That's a really random assortment of the same book twice. Okay, either way, this part is completed. I know it was a little bit jumpy. I probably could have just come right on down here. I wonder how long I missed the timer by. It'd be really nice to know. Unfortunately, I never will. Look at that flower. So, either way, that stuff is gone, though we've made it back to somewhere close. But as I was saying, so I was talking about Mother's Day, and my sister is one of those people who... I can't say she's a Facebook junkie, because I don't know if she really is a Facebook junkie. She uses Facebook a lot, and she's one of those people who definitely posts her opinions very freely on Facebook as well. So I don't use Facebook very much. I have a Facebook, that I use. I chat with friends and things like that on Facebook. I use Facebook mainly to keep up with other people and see what's going on with them and to do chatting. And Jay Sano has a Facebook page. If you want to go check it out, you can go to facebook.com/jsano19. But that being said, my sister had a post that said something to the effect of, it was relatively long and very, very pushy, I guess is a word, in a good way though. It was, tomorrow's Mother's Day, everybody. Make sure you wish your mother happy Mother's Day, no matter how, it said something to the effect of, no matter how bad your mom is or how much you don't think she appreciates it. I don't know. It was a very weird way it was posted in a way to make it sound like, I don't care what you think. It's Mother's Day. You better wish her happy Mother's Day. That's all there is to it. End of story. And there was a couple people that posted on the timeline that, okay, Brooke, I will, my sister's name is Brooke. Okay, Brooke, I will, wish my mother happy Mother's Day, or, something along those lines. And I figured this is the perfect opportunity to be funny and say something stupid to make people laugh. And I said, oh yeah, easy for you to say, you don't know my mom. That's exactly what I said on her Facebook page, because she's my sister. The irony is, obviously, she knows my mother because she's my sister, and, I thought it was, Julia was actually next to me right when I was doing it. I told Julia, I was like, guess what I just posted on my sister's Facebook page? And she was like, you dork. That's exactly what she said, but, because she understood that it was just something stupid to do, and something, stupid just to put out there so that people were like, the irony, you don't know his mom, but your mom is his mom, blah, blah, blah. So either way, a couple days go by. Because this was like Friday or Saturday or something like that, so maybe it was only one day. So on Mother's Day itself, on Sunday, I found out how to make calls from France to the US for free with Google, like just with the straight up Google calling feature. You can just dial US phone numbers for free, which I didn't know. I thought I was gonna have to use a proxy or something like that to make it think I was in America, but nope. Even in foreign country, you can just call other places for free, as long as they're in America and Canada. I think it said you could do. So I was like, I'm gonna call my mom from France and wish her happy Mother's Day. So I called her and she was like, oh hey, I said happy Mother's Day. She's like, oh thanks, I'll let you get off the phone so it's not taking up, it's not costing you too much money. I'm like, don't worry about it, it's free. And she's like, wow. Amazingly, she even commented on how good the call quality was, which I was kind of surprised at, because I was not only using the internet phone calling from a different country, but I was using the speakers on my Chromebook to do all this stuff with as well. So I mean, not something that I expected to have the greatest call quality in the world. But so I was about to hang up with her after a couple minutes. We talked. She was asking me about the trip and things like that, and she goes, thanks for posting mean things for me or mean things about me on Facebook. And she said it just like that, and I was like, what are you talking about? And she says, you told your sister, yeah, you don't know my mom, about, when it came to wishing, me a happy Mother's Day. And I was like, Mom, that's a joke. Obviously, Brooke knows you because she's also your daughter. You are also her mother. And she goes, well, yeah, of course, she's my daughter and you guys have the same mother. And I was like, Mom, that's the joke is... She was demanding that all of her friends make sure they wish their mom a happy Mother's Day. So my comment was, yeah, but you don't know my mom. And she's like, yeah, that was mean. And I was like, no, Mom, that wasn't mean at all. It wasn't meant to be mean at all. It was meant to be a complete joke. And she's like, I don't get it. Explain it to me. Explain to me what you meant. So I had to explain it to her again. Not because she didn't get it. Not because my mom's stupid. Nothing like that. It was, I didn't realize that she apparently saw that. And I didn't know this until afterwards, but she had also commented. I looped all the way back around up here. She also had commented on my sister's post, which I didn't see because I wasn't randomly going to Facebook usually when I was in France. I think I had Facebook open, so when I actually went to got Wi-Fi, it updated and I saw that and I was like, this is gonna be a funny joke. And I didn't realize that she had taken it to that I was not thinking that she would see this posting, and I was saying something negative about her publicly on Facebook, is how my mother had taken this comment post. And since I was out of the country and inaccessible, I didn't see the updates and everything that came from that, and I didn't even know until I got back to America, because my sister had text messaged me, I guess not realizing that I was in France. She had text messaged me, but I wasn't receiving text messages while I was there, saying, like, Jeff, Mom didn't take that joke very well. You need to call her and apologize now, which I didn't know until multiple days later, like I said. So I feel like an asshole now, even though the whole thing was supposed to be a joke. When I talked to my mom on the phone from France and she said this, I was like, okay, whatever, misunderstanding, no big deal. But then when I got home and actually looked at the fact that my mom had, posted on the Facebook page and everything about it as well as my sister telling me in a text message that I need to, make sure I called her and apologized. I immediately, how do I keep turning back around and going to the exact same area? How the hell do I get out of here? Where did you come from? I immediately called my mom when I got back to the States and saw the text messages and stuff. And well, not immediately, I guess. It was the next day I did, because it was, I didn't get home until 4:30 in the morning or whatnot. But I called her and I was like, Mom, I am so sorry. I did not think that you would take that as a negative way. It was supposed to be like a funny joke. It was not supposed to be taken in a negative light. And she's like, no, now that you've explained it to me, I understand. But she didn't realize for days that I was not saying that to be randomly mean. And I don't know if you've ever... That's going to take me over there. I don't know if you guys have ever said something that got taken the completely wrong way. That's hard enough to deal with when people take something that you say that's either supposed to be, funny or even not even funny per se, but they just misinterpret something that you say as a very negative thing, which it wasn't meant to be at all, and you feel bad about it. And not only did I feel bad about it, but it was days that went by before I was able to correct this, because I had no idea it was taken in a negative light. And on top of that, it was Mother's Day of all days, that my poor mom is sitting there feeling all sad, like her son hates her and thinks she's a horrible person or something like that. And it makes me feel, it makes me really sad to think that I upset my mother. I hurt my mother's feelings. So tell everybody, make sure you let your family, your loved ones, anybody, make sure they know that you love them. Because what if something can happen? I now have found out that there was a big Amtrak accident. It was the day that I got home from France, and it was the DC to New York route. Granted, it was the DC to New York, not the New York to DC, but we almost took the Amtrak train instead of driving like we did. And not that we would have been on that particular train, but we could have easily had our trip been postponed by a week or something like that. We easily could have been on the exact train that got in that accident and things like that. And I'm not trying to say that as in oh my God, I almost died. Because no, I had nothing to do with that train. I was not there. I feel horrible for all the people that were involved and all the lives that were lost and the people that are, missing or injured or whatnot. But I'm just saying that, what if I had gotten back from France or was heading to France not knowing that I had upset somebody like that, and all of a sudden something happens to me in this, horrible train accident, and I die with my mother thinking that I absolutely think the worst of her because of a misinterpreted joke. I would feel well, I probably wouldn't feel like anything because I'd be dead. But if I could have feelings at that point, I'd be the worst person ever. That would be horrible. I know you're shooting at me, skeleton. I can't do anything about you right now. Oh, stop it. I didn't bring a bow with me. I was hoping to get my stuff back. Yeah, I would feel horrible. So make sure when you make jokes and have misinterpretations and miscommunications with people that hopefully you can figure out soon enough and get them resolved as soon as you can, because you might not know. Like, I didn't know until it was, not that it was too late because I was able to correct it, but it could have been too late because you never know what's going to happen with life or death. Like, people never expect a horrible accident to happen. So it's one of those things, like, never go to sleep angry, make sure you fix all that stuff. And I'm bad at that. I've gone to sleep angry many a times. And, sometimes you gotta, it's funny because people always say, never go to sleep angry because you never know what's going to happen. But then at the same time, you got to sleep on some things to just kind of let the anger and emotion get out of you so you can actually look at things with from a different perspective and a different light. So both of those are absolutely true, and you can't really mix the two because mixing the two would be completely opposite and contradictory thought processes. But I don't know, it really makes me think, like, what if something had actually happened and I was no longer in this world with my poor mother, thinking that I hated her or thought she was a horrible person. So I feel really bad. And, I feel bad. I've said things before that, like, people take the wrong way or whatever, and I'll find out, and I'll be like, oh, I'm sorry that you felt bad. That's not how it was intended at all. And, I apologize. But I usually don't feel bad. But this is my mom. It's my mother. The one who bore me, who raised me. Well, my father raised me as well, but he did not bear me because he is not, capable of childbirth or child rearing or anything like that. Well, child rearing, I guess, is just you're growing up, but child growth inside of his torso is not a scientifically possible concept. So not that I negate my father at all. He just obviously didn't have that type of, connection and things like that. You can't say that about Dad because he didn't do that. But my dad's a wonderful, amazing person as well. And Father's Day is coming up, and his birthday is actually shortly before Mother's Day too. Which is weird. My parents' birthdays are both within 2 weeks of each other. So I don't know if that's good or bad in the grand scheme of things. Like Julie and I, our birthdays are, I guess I'd rather have them be close together. Our birthdays are relatively far apart. They're like five months apart, almost half a year apart, essentially. And it makes it difficult because each birthday is a special occasion, which is good for some people. Some people really are birthday gung-ho, like, my birthday, gotta celebrate my birthday, like Rodney on Survivor, his birthday, he feels bad because people didn't do things on his birthday. And by the way, Survivor recap, I apologize, since I was out of town in France, I could not get a time frame to work out with Guude and MC Gamer to do the Survivor recap this week, and my fault completely because I was, out of town until, we had a 1 day notice to get the thing, finished and done that we could do, and unfortunately I came back to have a few hours off just to get right back into a class and go to the fire department, so I was completely unable to do the Survivor recap this week. So I'm sorry, that is my fault. We will do a nice double for you next week, but yeah, some people think that about their birthday, whereas I don't. I think my birthday is pretty much another day, and I don't even want presents. If you want to take me out to dinner or something like that, Julia, you want to take me out to dinner for my birthday, that's great. But don't feel the need to get me any presents, because I feel a lot of birthday presents just get forced because people are like, I have to get you something for your birthday because it's your birthday, and that's just the way that it works. And I'm more of the impression of, no, get me something that I actually need or want. If I don't need or want anything right now, don't waste the time or energy, because you'll spend all this time trying to figure out what you think I want, and you might end up getting me something that I actually have absolutely zero need or desire for. I've actually had people get me gifts before. Julia is guilty of this as well. Get me gifts before because they thought I wanted something despite me specifically telling them that I didn't want this item, and their response was, well, I thought that you really did want it, you just didn't want me to know that you wanted it, so you wouldn't want me to go out of my way and actually get it for you or waste my money. But still good thought processes for doing it, but it was like, no, I'm very open and honest. Like, if I tell you I don't want anything, please don't get me anything, because then I feel bad. And then it becomes like Julia's birthday becomes a big ordeal because I don't know what she needs or wants. We're both people, we're both adults. We make good money enough to with our jobs that if we need something or if we want something, we will get it. if it's a special occasion, we can hint to each other that, hey, this is what I would want for my birthday, and that's great. But this year she didn't at all. I kept asking her, like, do you want anything specific? No, I don't want anything specific, which is fine. I'm okay with that. But I also, like, if the same thing were to happen to me, I'm fine. Don't get me something if I tell you I don't want something. Everybody isn't the same way. And I guess Julia is. This year she is. She hasn't been in the past. There's been some times in the past where she told me she didn't want anything, so I'll do something special and just take her out to dinner or something like that, and then she'll be like, well, you didn't even think about getting me anything for my birthday. Not really. That's just a random example that I used. It's not like a real example. And this year I had no idea what to get her, so I got her some little things. I actually just realized I didn't even give her the one gift that I got her before we went to France because we were so frantically getting ready to pack and go and things like that. But so I guess she'll have a present when she gets home. But it's something very, very small. But she specifically was just like, no, just go to France with me, and like we'll go out to dinner, like take me out to a fancy dinner one night while we're in France. And she's completely content with that, which is good because like I said, I didn't know what I should get her at all because I like to get people things that are useful and needful. But I don't want to get them things that they don't want, and I don't want to say things to them that they're gonna take the wrong way and think that I dislike them, like my mother for Mother's Day. So, Mom, I'm sorry. I love you. Anyways, guys, I didn't find my stuff down here. We did get back to the spawner, but we didn't get my stuff. Well, except for the sword. I got Darby back. So, Darby, back in my inventory. Okay, guys, thanks for watching. I will see you in the next episode.